What's going on, guys? What is happening? I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. All right, I got the comments popped up. I am going to make this an available stream. You guys know me. I love to invite people in if they want to come in. Opportunity to show their channel off, get to know new people, get people subscribed to you, all that fun jazz. So I'll go ahead and drop the link in here if anybody would like to join in. And should have sent through. I think we're good. We got one person in here. Um, I someone the other day said that I'm not flying nearly enough GPS drones like I used to, and I wanted to kind of cover why that is. Give you my own opinions. I still have a severe love for it. Obviously, I love flying GPS and I love flying FPV. Both of them hold something dear to me. But I think one of them presents me with more than the other currently. And I think a good way to kind of put that so that you guys will understand it would be to say, I fly FPV because no matter where I go, I don't need to focus on, scenery nearly as much. I mean, yeah, cool spots are fun, but I can literally pull up anywhere. Alan, what's up? I can literally pull up anywhere, pull out my FPV race quad and slap my GoPro on it, and anywhere that I fly becomes a play field to me. It's different when you fly GPS. When you think of GPS, you think of having to take more like cinematography shots. Like you have to get up in the air, you have to have a really cool location, you have to have cool visuals to show people. With FPV, it's not really like that. With FPV, I can just pull out my equipment and just kind of set up anywhere and fly. And everything becomes an obstacle course. I can fly fast, I can fly slow, I can fly high, I can fly low. I don't have to be aggressive. It can be as mellow as I want to make it or as, intense as I want it to be. Whereas with GPS, I have to drive normally to a cool location that I know is going to have really cool visuals. Robert, drone shots, Jody, what's up, guys? How's it going? I have to drive long distance to get to a location that I haven't flown before that you guys aren't tired of seeing. And then I have to scout the area, burn off a battery pack, scout the area, find all the little cool shots, and then take my flight, you know. Whereas with GPS, I don't have to do, or FPV, I don't have to do nearly as much traveling. I can literally just go, wow, that's kind of a neat little foresty, woodsy area with some cool little gaps to hit. I can just pull over and go, all right, check my fly zone, make sure I'm good. I'm good to take off, and then I can just go have some fun and make the stuff lower to the ground, my playground, as opposed to having to be high in the air and getting all this crazy visual effects. One of them offers me a slightly more stimuli than the other one. GPS, I've been doing now for like 5 years. And in all honesty, man, that kind of just wears out after a while. I mean, literally, how much drone footage can you really look at unless someone is like putting in work, always taking you to a new location, always taking you somewhere with incredible visuals, awesome camera angles, everything like that. I've pretty much been doing this for 5 years now in Florida, and I've shown you guys the majority of the stuff that's really kind of around my area. So to really give you guys a new perspective on GPS, I have to travel a long ways to get different stuff. And as with FPV, I can just set up anywhere and everything becomes a playground. So I'm a GPS guy, but I like watching you guys fly on your videos. Heck yes. War Solutions. What is going on? So, like I said, it is an open panel. I did drop the StreamYards link. If anybody would like to actually join me up here on panel for a split screen, tell everybody about your channel, what your opinion is, GPS versus FPV, why you like one more than the other, why you like both of them the same amount. It's kind of fun to give your perspective on things. So for me, I still love flying GPS. I feel like after 5 years, I've kind of shown you guys the majority of the cool stuff that Tampa has to offer. And I've even traveled, across the entire state to show you guys stuff and flown with other people. I'm not saying that there's not more locations that I could find around here that would offer that, but I really do seriously have to make time for the travel. and the expensive gas to get to those locations. Whereas with GPS, I can travel a couple miles from my house and I'm somewhere new that you guys have never seen before. And it's a whole new playground and it's just fun. There's something to be had about that. FPV just offers you a totally different world of freedom where you don't have that with GPS. You're not watching guys tear through trees with Mavics, and doing even slightly a fraction of the stuff that the GPS guys are doing or the FPV guys are doing, giving you a totally new perspective on things. And that's what I get from it. That's where the fun really comes in for me is that aspect of it. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love GPS, and I'm going to continue flying GPS. And every once in a while, I'm going to give myself a reason to go out and fly and have some fun and modify one of these birds and show you guys some new stuff or some old stuff or answer questions that you have. But as far as me wanting to really go out and buy new GPS drone products, that's not a thing for me. I'm rocking pretty much a lot of old equipment. I have the Mavic Mini. I mean, that's pretty basic. I have the original Hubsan Zeno. That's pretty basic. Shoots 4K. I've got the 3DR Solo that came out in what ending or mid 2015. I've got the Parrot Bebop 2 that also came out 2015. But I've never had a reason to really be like, oh my gosh, I have to have a new GPS drone because it offers you all these crazy features. To me, they all kind of do the same thing. I'm just a hobbyist. I don't really need a bunch of expensive GPS drones to feel like I'm kept up with everything. For me, it's the adventure. That's really what it comes down to. It's more or less the adventure. That's where the fun is for me. I don't need to buy a new drone every time one drops. I'm fine with 5-year-old tech. As long as it gets the job done, it's stabilized, and the footage looks good, and I can color grade it later, I have no problems. I don't need to buy new GPS drones, but FPV drones, each one offers you something radically different than the next. Each open source build that you do sets it apart from something else. One is a freestyle quad, one's a racer quad, one's a micro, one's a mini, one's a whoop. This one's designed to do this. This one's designed to do this. This one's designed for float flying. This one's designed for course flying. Each one of these FPV open source platforms that you build or you buy offers you something radically different, whereas most GPS drones are kind of all the same thing. So if you can see where my 5 years in this hobby has kind of like taken my GPS want, need to fly down a peg or two. Once I got heavy, 8 months ago, 10 months ago, I want to say probably a year and 2 months ago, I started taking FPV a bit more serious. I had already been playing with the idea, for the last 3 years, I think. Free range chicken, what's up? Just want to say hi. Drone days, what's going on, brother? I haven't really taken FPV serious. I was flying the Bugs three years ago, but I wasn't taking FPV serious at the time. I was dabbling with it, playing with the idea, kind of putting FPV equipment on cars and trucks and little tiny drones, and but I wasn't really serious about it until about a year and 2 months ago, maybe a year, maybe 3 months ago. That's when I started taking it a lot more serious. And once I did that, man, it was kind of a game changer for me, pushing my skill set, well beyond what I ever thought it would be. And at this end, and I suck. I'm definitely not a good FPV pilot. I am okay, but when I watch some of these guys fly, I realize I have a long, long ways to go. Even being in it as long as I have, I'm not putting in nearly the amount of stick time that a lot of these guys are. And obviously, health conditions are a big part of that. But FPV is more fun to me. It just is. Every place you go is an adventure, no matter what. It's always an adventure. Every new spot that you stop at, you don't have to be high in the air. That's what makes it fun, man. It's about ducking, weaving, hitting gaps, doing loops. It's always a new perspective in a new location. And you don't have to travel very far to get to anywhere that's going to show you something unique in its own way. That's what I think sets GPS apart from FPV for me. So I love my FPV birds. Don't get me wrong. I love them all. They all have a job, and I love each one of them. But FPV just offers me more of what I'm looking for. I feel the adrenaline after the flight. I come out of the goggles and I'm like, wow, that was intense. And then I just want to throw another battery in and just rip, and just go out until I hit a tree and I'm like, oh, it sucks. I hit a tree. But it's okay because it still works. Replace the prop and keep going, and bash it into another tree. That's what makes it fun, I think, is the building process. The whole thing is just fun. It's fun. You guys haven't considered FPV, man. It's definitely something to think about. Okay, start over. I'm here. As a matter of fact, RCing an SC. I'm gonna send you an invite link, dude. I want you to come in. I love everything you do on your channel, from the challenges to the so on and so forth, bro. I love everything that you do. You're a big FPV guy as well as RC guy. You do the cars, truck, boats, all that kind of stuff. We're up to 14 people. Please, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. These are my opinions and my views on why I prefer FPV over GPS after 5 years. Both of them have their place in my world. Don't get me wrong; they both have their place in my world. I wouldn't give up either of them for anything. If it wasn't for FPV or GPS, I wouldn't even gotten into FPV drones in the first place. So I have to give it up to GPS for being there and being the start of what ended up being pushing a skill set that I didn't realize I would ever get myself into. So, GPS definitely has its place in my heart. There's no doubt about it. I don't fly nearly as much as I used to because kind of running out of cool locations to show you guys. Been all over Tampa, tried to show you guys the neater parts of it. But once again, they're making it extremely hard to fly in Florida. If you guys have not seen our no-fly zones, they are ridiculous. Ridiculous. They are making it very, 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 very hard to fly GPS in cool locations in Florida. It's kind of sad, honestly. It's really sad. Rick, why don't you get up with me, bro? Rick, just reach out to me. My email address is constantly there. You have my email address. I think we've even talked on the phone. Rick, all you have to do is just call me, bud. Call me. I will help you with the solo. I encourage all of you guys, reach out to me. I have an email address. If you ever just want to have a personal conversation about anything, I have an email address. I will give anyone my cell phone number. All of you can call me. I have no matter of fact here. Is it not going to send? What is it doing? Apparently, it's not going to send like that. There you go. All of you have my cell phone number. The 13 of you that are currently chilling in here right now have my cell phone number. Feel free to call me. I'm not hiding from anybody. I don't care if that number gets handed over to whoever and the trolls get a hold of it. Call me. I will always take the call if I can. And if I can't, I'll get back to you. Leave a message. I will. Text me. I have no problem communicating with anybody. That's what this is about, man. We're here to help everyone, right? You have my number. Call me. If you're interested, you want to talk about something, you need help fixing things, you just want to chat, give me a ring. I'm not busy. I promise. I do my daily activities and then I make time for everybody if I can. You have my number. It's right there. All right. I'm good with mine. I was just asking about yours. Rick, mine flies, buddy. Mine's in the air. It's in the air. Cracker. I have to fly with Brian in the morning, my brother. I have to get up with drone on and I have to fly with Brian. You want to be there for the maiden, you can't make other plans. Brian just wants it to kind of be the very small you, me, maybe him group to start off with, and then I think he's probably going to head back to his side of town. He's not feeling the whole big barrage of group thing, so definitely kind of have to, stick it out with. Um, I gotta do it for Brian, bro. He's my bro. He just wants some time to us and small buried little group. I totally feel him on that. So Lance, I'll give you a ring after this, man. We'll chat about it. Actually, Lance, if you want to come in, buddy, I'll post the link again. Feel free to pop in right now. We're talking. I know you don't fly GPS. Matter of fact, I may just do a video with Lance flying GPS for the first time. I don't think Lance has ever flown a GPS drone. He's only ever done FPV. I think I'll take him out and I'll put him behind the sticks of the Bebop too, and we'll have some fun. I charged the battery the other day. Still has excellent flight time. It's getting 20 minutes or more, no issues. So Lance, I think I'm going to put you behind the sticks of a GPS squad, and you get to tell everybody what you think your opinion is, man. First time flyer. We'll let you go crazy, show you how the camera works. We'll send it on a journey. We'll just have some fun and see what it's all about. Went to your channel and your tech tip were down. Tech tip were down. What? I don't know what that means. Have you ever flown through a cornfield backwards? Wow, that's an interesting question, Brad. I have flown, yes, but raising in elevation as I went. Um, so I'm kind of skimming a little bit and then slowly going up on a massive pull away shot I have. Sure. I was out with, who was I with? I was with Jim from Above and Beyond Drones that day. And I think I was flying his Inspire 1 and I was doing some cornfield rip backwards with his big platform. So yeah, I have. It's interesting. It looks weird. If you can line up the rows, then it looks super cool, man, if you just go backwards down the rows. So absolutely. Done a little bit of everything, man. The Bebop 2 is a fantastic platform. For anybody who thinks it's a toy, you're just wrong. You're not accurate. You have no idea what you're talking about. It's not a toy. Bebop 2 is such an amazing, incredible platform. It really was, especially if you turned off the blurring, motion blurring effect. Once you turn that off, the camera clears up insanely clear. So if you turn off motion blurring, it's a much more fun platform for sure, for sure. The only downside is in the colder seasons, by turning off motion blurring, has a negative effect on the camera. Unfortunately, it'll start to like do weird stuff when it gets cold out. It'll throw off the stabilization for some reason. But hey, warmer. If you're in a warmer climate, works perfect with the motion blurring turned off. So, yeah, man. So tech tips videos. I don't know. I want him to join me. I hope he's finding a computer right now and he's trying to join me. But here's the link again, Lance. If you're still in here, you haven't disappeared on me. Should we call him? I'm gonna call him. I know. I know. Let me give the guy a ring here. See if we can get him in here again. I hope he's at a computer somewhere. We'll see. Give him a ring. There we go.
Hello?
Bro, you near a computer where you can sit down in front of a camera?
Not at the minute. No, I'm talking to my friend Nikki. We just went to the Spinto a little while ago.
Oh, all right.
I just jumped.
Oh, I'm still on the stream, man. I was seeing if you wanted to pop in, but all good. I'll let you get back to it, bro.
All right.
I'll hit you up
in a little bit.
Did you catch anything I said about Brian and flying tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured that.
All right. Yeah, he just wants kind of us, if we're going to do it. Just have some fun, get our flights out of the way, and then I think he'll probably head back to his side of town. After that, we can, whatever, you know?
Yeah, no big deal.
All right. I think he was saying like 10 or 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. You down?
Word. All right, just let me know where.
Sounds good, bro.
All right, bro.
Hi, man.
I'll
Later.
in a little bit.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. All right, cool. We only have one cold month in California. I'm sure it's a lot warmer in Florida. It is a lot warmer in Florida. Brad, I don't think I ever stopped being sick, man. I think I'm still sick right now. I think I still have a lot of problems that still need to be dealt with, my friend. I'm slightly out of the woods on some of this stuff, but no, I got a ways to go, bud. I definitely have a ways to go. So I don't know why I do that. I always tilt my screen instead of just tilting the camera down a bit more. There we go. I don't know why I do that. I should just tilt my camera down, and then I'll have to pull my whole laptop screen forward. That makes more sense, right? Yeah. So, yeah, no, I never stop being sick, man. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. You guys have my cell phone number. I posted it. Here's the StreamYard link. I'm going to keep talking about FPV as we go here. So, I know, like I said, I don't really fly as much GPS as I used to, but if you guys would like to see some stuff or you have videos that you would like me to make, now's the time to shed those ideas while I can write them down and see what I can do for you guys. I still have some time on my hands while I'm not able to work a regular job, so I have no problem doing some of those videos for you guys and taking the time out of my day to help you with your questions and problems. I promise you, I'm a compendium of information. I really am. I tell people that all the time, and all they see is a fat guy that sits behind a computer screen and jabs other people on YouTube on the occasion. That's not really the guy I am. I promise you, man. I only do that when I find it's necessary or I have to. Personal choice reasons, obviously. But yeah, no, it's not normally me. I like to have fun. I enjoy this hobby. It's good. I just wish everybody was honest and enjoyed it as much as I do. And yeah, aren't fake. Aren't fake. So we'll see if we can put Lance behind the sticks. I think he'll have fun flying GPS. It's going to be very confusing for someone who's never flown a stabilized platform before, because for him, he's going to want to use the sticks at the same time like this. And that's not going to work. It's going to throw him off horribly because he's going to be thinking acro mode the whole time in air mode instead of stabilized mode. So that's really going to take him for a ride. So our Sing and SC. Come on, man. I dropped the link again. I've dropped it a couple times. You should come in here. You can use your cell phone. It's not hard. Just click on the link. It'll take you right to a spot. Anybody can jump in, even on a cell phone. Just make sure you have earplugs plugged into your cell phone, or at least a Bluetooth in. Otherwise, it causes echo because phones normally don't have noise cancellation. So the sound kind of wraps back around, goes into the microphone. We get all the echo. So, oh boy, there's a treat for you guys. Look who just popped up on the panel in 3, 2, 1. Say hello to Recovery Drone. Mr. Dre. Let's do this. How about that? I have no audio. I can't hear you, sir.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go. Just want to pop in. I heard you chat a little bit and was looking for some companies. I decided to stop in and give you a little bit until your other buddies show up.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a free for all, man. This is just an opportunity for people to pop in and grow their channel, get to know other people, and have a talk. That's what it's for. So thanks for popping in, man.
Oh, hold on a second. Not a problem. Give me a chance to learn some more FPV stuff.
Oh, are you thinking about it at all?
Nope. Unless it starts earning me some money, I have no interest at all.
I think the skill set can earn you money, honestly.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's why I appreciate it, because I know it takes a lot of skill set. Like I said, I do fly my Phantoms in somewhat of an FPV mode, far as using the sticks a lot. I'm very hands-on with those, but with the Maverick, they're so steady. I use those for my inspections, so I don't do a lot of monkeying around with those. With the Phantoms, the way they fly, it helps you know how to fly it, move it around, adjust the sticks. That's why you get that cinematic sweeping and swooping with the Phantoms and so forth. The Mavericks just don't fly that way. Just the difference in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, each bird kind of offers its own little tool. It's got everything has its own little place in the toolbox. It's just like normal tools. You got to figure out which one fits your needs the best, and then if you have to have multiple platforms, then you do whatever solves the needs. Proper tool for the proper job, obviously. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I say the same thing. I see FPVs becoming more useful in especially cinematic use, because the cameras are getting so much better. As long as GoPro and some of the other ones come out with the cameras they have, it's going to be right up here with some of the other ones, because you cannot capture the same type of footage with a regular camera drone. They give FPV because of the speed they give, and they give it that sense of motion. It's almost like the difference, because like you talk about a race car that's close to the ground, go-kart, for example. You're not going as fast as maybe, a professional race car, but you're so low to the ground. So when you're doing 30, 40 miles per hour in a go-kart, it seems like you're doing over 100.
Oh,
because you're so close. And that's the way FPV, I get the sensation when I watch these guys' videos in FPV, is that they're zipping through things, turning, flipping, everything else, especially when the guys are diving. I mean, that is a view that you cannot never get with a camera drone. And I think that's where they're going to find their niches. They'll do moves like that. The dive bombing moves, and also the quick turns. And also because of the size of them, they fit in corners that I would never even try to fly a Maverick into, and especially a Phantom. They're just too big.
Right. Perspective, I think, is everything when it comes to FPV. I think it offers people a perspective they've just never seen before. There's just things you can do with FPV drones that you would never even have the inclination to want to even try with a GPS platform. Not that it couldn't do it. If they said, I think it'd be interesting to see DJI actually add in an acro mode for one of their birds. low latency
Yeah,
DJI
I think
system.
if FPVs start to get better batteries for them,
Hmm.
longer flight times, they will definitely become a definitely have to have drone in your arsenal.
Right.
It's just flight times is what hurts them more than anything else. Their abilities are great, but I think you got to have more than an 8 9 minute flight time because going for cinematic footage you may not ever get the first time around.
Oh
So you got to
yeah.
come back and try it again. So they come out with maybe a 15, especially a 20-minute battery for them. That'll be perfect. You probably get motion sickness or something though, trying to fly it that long.
I was actually just going to point that out too. Our seeing an SC said the difference between a go kart and race quads is that you are actually going 100 miles an hour. I was going to say most of the time when I'm flying through a parking lot, I'm actually ripping, man. These things are going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour when you're going through parking lots and stuff. Even my little 3-inch, I think my average speed on that is like 55. And that's, I mean, it doesn't even appear like you're going that fast in the footage, but when you actually see these things on telemetry data, you're screaming, man. You're moving. You just don't realize it. It becomes second nature. You kind of just, after you understand the intricacies of the controls, man, and it just becomes second nature, like driving a car. You know,
Right.
you
And like
can
I
move.
say,
Yeah.
like I said before, once you get used to it, everything slows down to you, so you're
Yeah.
able to control it better and everything else. But when you first try to fly it, especially someone like me, an observer, it seems like you guys are doing like 130, 140 miles per hour. Everything's just whizzing by. Like I said, like me, riding a motorcycle,
Yeah.
compared to driving a car. Same
Sure.
feeling.
I actually had this weird sensation because I used to ride a lot. I used to ride not just cruiser. I used to ride crossover and I used to ride sport bike. And so I kind of took all three on dirt bikes. I got into that pretty heavy. I got to tell you, man, on a motorcycle, it never felt like you're going fast. I'd be cruising through cars and traffic, and you'd leave them in the dust. But because your peripherals are so wide open, you don't have anything to actually judge speed by. Your peripherals don't really, because you see such a broad space. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like a car, you have a window brace. You can judge something passing that window. The car brace. You can judge speed by things like on a bike. I could be doing 80 and not even realize it. I just kind of be going through cars like this, and it's like, oh my, and then you look down, you're like, oh my god, I'm going 80. Everybody's going 45. What am I doing? It's like
Yeah.
you just don't
Well,
think about it because it just
like
you
I
don't
said,
realize you're going
that
that
comes
fast.
from being a rider, dude. When you ride long
Right.
enough, okay, everything slows down for you. But the rest of us, you're like, well, that guy's
Oh
zipping
yeah.
right through here. Straddling lanes and dodging between cars and stuff.
Yeah, the second nature, man. You don't even think about it. Just yeah. I guess I never thought about that. That's a yeah, true, man. That's very true. God, man, I must have been kind of a jerk to people on my bike then. I was not slow, man. I was like, I've gone in between two cars and in the middle of Temple Terrace. That's the worst spot to do it to. And then you just don't think about it because to you, you're just gonna drop a gear and you're gone. I mean, you don't, it's like I don't, I'm not worried about what you're doing behind me now because you're already out of my mind frame. I'm way past you at this point. You know. Yeah, God, I must have been a jerk behind the handlebars. Glad I don't ride anymore. I don't think about these things.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So I just stopped in to say hi, bud. I'm glad you're doing better, and I continue to support you in reaching the goals that you got set for yourself, man.
well, thank you,
I just
Dre.
hope hope you appreciate this extra time you're getting in life.
I do, man. You'd be surprised.
Because every day you keep doing this, you're adding another day to your life.
I hope that's the case. I told everybody a long time ago this hobby saved my life, and I wasn't joking. It did. Even though I'm dealing with a lot of health conditions now, it still ended up saving my life. If I had stayed on the path I was going, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Minus health conditions, just stupid stuff I was getting myself into. Spending money on things I didn't need to spend money on. Not that the
Well,
hobby's any better, but at least it keeps me from doing dumb stuff. So
well, that's like any hobby. You want to get something as your skills improve. You want something better.
right. Yes. Yes. Start off on the 500, work your way to the Kawasaki 1400. I'm with you, man.
That's it. I'm gonna
That's
bounce out, dude. Just want to just give a shout out to everybody out there, all your FPV followers out there. If you're interested, I do a lot of construction videos because I'm a construction inspector. So pop over and look at Recovery One Drone channel. here on YouTube and leave a like or some comments. I'm always there, like this guy here. I like to comment, have discussion on things. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I love
cannot
it.
never can never get better or learn something if we don't talk to each other.
Exactly. That's 100% accurate. I will not argue with that or debate that at all. That was yeah, but very well said. Yeah,
Okay, all right, partner. I'm out.
you got it. Catch
All
you
right.
later, Dre.
All right.
Hi, bud. For those of you guys who don't know Dre, he's a very good pilot. He posts a lot of his job sites. If you guys haven't been to his channel, man, try to make your way over there. It's a good dude. He's 107 certified, obviously, does his commercial stuff. And I believe he also does a lot of waypoint stuff, if I remember correctly. I think he's definitely into the waypoint missions. And they're very helpful for the type of stuff that he does. On his job sites. So yeah, it's a good guy to get to know if you're definitely curious about waypoint missions, especially with DJI products, because it's the majority of what he likes to fly. So, all right, Rick says acro mode on DJI drone would end up costing hundreds. Actually, it would be really simple if they would just figure out how to fit it into the flight controller. It's just a very simple parameter change, and that would be fairly simple to do, I would think. So, not much involved in there. However, the latency is what would get you. They would need to start running DJI Air systems on their drones, as opposed to using the camera, Wi-Fi, Lightbridge, or OcuSync technology, because that unfortunately you cannot have latency lag if you're flying FPV. I need to instantly see what I'm doing. If I can't do that, then I'm going to crash. I don't want to not realize I've already hit the tree, and then 2 seconds later I see it on my screen. That doesn't work, unfortunately. You can't even have like a fraction of a second delay. I need to instantly see what's happening. So, Callie, hey girl, how's it going? JDS Flying Canuck in the house with a frack yow. It's good to see you, buddy. I miss that. And it's yaw. You can't do H. It's not yaw. It's yaw. Fack and yaw. Fack yaw. You got it, bro. Pretty close, though. Good job, partner. It's good to see you, man. Integrate the air unit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. If they would integrate the air unit into the Mavic series, oh boy. All you'd have to do is, I mean, not that the arms would hold up if it took a savage hit or something. I'm pretty sure you'd have a Mavic in parts, but man, as long as you didn't crash, it'd be fairly easy to write some macro mode into their flight controller. There it is. Nah. It's good to see you, JDS. It's been a while, man. I know, guys. I've become drone worship the lame. That's just part of the healing process. Can't make content like I normally would. I'm still having a hard time getting out there. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Sometimes you just leave the house and you just feel rough. Other times, I feel kind of good. You start off feeling good. You get there, you set up, and then all of a sudden you don't feel good anymore. And you try to make it through the event or whatever you're doing with your buddies. And by the time you get home, you're just exhausted. Yeah, not having a spleen anymore is rough. I can definitely tell that it has some adverse effects on my body, not having a spleen, a severe lack of energy from blood flow. So I do what I can. I'm lame now. I'm sorry I've become lame. That's never my intention. I promise. Timeless truths. It's good to see you, buddy. It's definitely good to see you. Make sure you guys are smacking the like button if you're in here, if you feel up to it. If you don't, you know where the other button is too. It's acceptable. You can feel free to hit that one as well. Hey, all interaction is good interaction. So, doesn't really matter. Does anybody have any questions? I'll open the panel up one more time here. I think I've kind of got my topics out of the way, so if nobody really joins me on panel, I'm probably going to end up shutting this down here pretty soon. Been at this for 35 minutes. I've had one person pop in. I've given you guys my views and opinions of why I fly more FPV than GPS, why I prefer one more than the other. And I don't want to run on stream that kind of goes into nothingness. So, like I said, if nobody pops in here pretty quick or asks some questions, I'll probably sign off. Alan, it's good to see you, buddy, man. Thanks for popping in, brother. Don't worry, at your home worship. You're human. Everyone can't be Mel Mel. Ah, oh, this guy with his savageness. Mel, you were saving that all night for me, weren't you, buddy? I know you were. You were saving that all night for me. I'm good, JDS. Going to -3 Celsius. Wow. I join you, but I'm in the middle of something. I completely understand, Mel. I like Mel because he just tells it like it is. He's like me. He's another version of me. He just says it. Just doesn't care. He just says it like it is. When he has something to talk about or communicate or point out or whatever, you know, no holds barred, man. Mel just puts it out there. I respect people like that. I really do. I love people that are just 100% straight up with somebody else. I love that. That is, I strive to meet people like that in my life and keep them in my life. If you can be loyal, respectful, honest, I mean, these are the qualities I look for in my friends. Honestly, I do. There have been friends I've had for 5 years or better on YouTube, and they've chosen that for a reason. Integrity. That's a big one. Gotta have integrity. What FPV quad do you class? What's that? What FPV quad class do you like to fly? I like 3-inch and I like 5-inch. I even like whoops. I like small ones too, man. I don't really have a preference as long as it's flyable. Whoops can be a little more tedious because they get blown around a little easier, and you don't really can't fly them in too much windy stuff. Sometimes you can if they're 2S or 3S, then you can fly those little whoops in some decent wind, but they still get pummeled pretty good. So I think my range is more 3 to 5. I haven't flown a 6 or a 7 or an 8-inch yet. I don't really have plans to. I'm not trying to build long distance FPV flyers, so I have no interest in those. 3 to 5. I think that's my happy median. I'll even do a 2-inch as long as because I've flown 2-inch too. With on 3S, and they're pretty peppy and they're steppy as well. So I have no issue with that. I owe you a check now. Drone worship. I feel you, brother. I'll take that rain check sometime, man. I definitely will. So, all right. Well, guys, nobody's really popping in here. I do have people in the stream, obviously, but like I said, discussion's kind of run its course here. Talked about the topics that I had. I don't want to do a run on stream for no apparent reason. So I think we're going to go ahead and start signing off here. Thank you very much, Callie. That means a lot to me. You guys go out, fly, have some fun, get your birds in the air. It doesn't matter if you fly FPV or GPS. Just go out and have fun. I never get tired of watching drone footage. I don't care if it's GPS or FPV. I'm not somebody who gets tired of seeing other people's areas and locations and stuff that they have to offer. I think that's unique. It keeps me from having to travel the world. You guys make it easy on me. Just show me all the cool spots and I don't have to go anywhere. I'm good with that. So keep it easy on me, and then I don't have to spend money on traveling. That's what I need. So, all right, guys, thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'm gonna call it a night here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night. Go out and fly tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go out and rip my new 5-inch build. I think Brian finished it. Tomorrow is my maiden flight of the new 5-inch. Should be a lot of fun. I've been needing a new 5-inch for a while. The one I've been flying is about 4 years old, and I think it's kind of run its course. Good. But it doesn't have a updated flight controller. It doesn't have filtering. It doesn't have a lot of stuff that I've been needing. So this will be good for me. So definitely be a step up for my skill set. So, alrighty, guys, I will catch you on the flip. Don't forget, Carpe Diem, baby, seize the day. Go out and do something epic, man. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just go out and do it. I'll catch you guys later. Toodaloo.